Well, hello friends from new Philadelphia, not the old. We're here for a festival today.
Yep.
And we were just walking through the lovely town square and thought we would start a new segment on YouTube.
What's it called, Joel?
Well, we haven't come up with an official title, but the gist of it is what's going on with you, what's going on with us, what's going on in the world.
So some might say the segment should be called What's Going On in Our World, Your World, and The World. Boom.
Starting with your world, we've got a few questions from you to us, starting with Vanessa.
How did they get
Angel.
these questions? Did we ask them for these questions?
Technology.
No? Okay.
We have a Tennessee phone number if you're not familiar. It's 615-200-6616. And you can text us and we can text you. So Vanessa texted us and she said, hey FKNC, one question I have is, how long does it take on average to record and shoot a music video? For example, how long did it take to make the video for Burn the Ships? P.S. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Vanessa, and I like your emoji.
They usually take 2 to 3 days to actually film, but then you get into post-production, then you have pre-production, but there's a lot of other things
There's
that
a
go
lot of
into
other
it.
layers. Our brother Ben directs it. He directed Vanessa that Burn the Ships video. We changed the story the night before we filmed it. Because we were both going to be on the boat together, and then Luke wanted to be a hero, so we said, why don't you put him on the shore, me on the boat, and he comes and rescues
No,
me.
that's not true.
One of the great questions we get asked all the time on that video is, why did you look back?
Because Joel couldn't help himself.
Because I couldn't help myself. I had to look back. I do most of the editing. They did a lot of special effects, and our brother Ben comes in and kind of cleans it up, but there's a couple weeks in there, Vanessa, of editing. So there you go. Next question.
In the song Fine Fine Life, why did you all choose the lyric, Jesus stranded with a flat tire, and 2, when are you all coming back to Lubbock, Texas? That's Caitlin.
That's a great question. Fine Fine Life's off the first record. Jesus stranded with a flat tire. We thought it was just, those verses, we just went through a bunch of really peculiar environments, and we thought it was sort of fun and funny, and it rhymed, to put Jesus in a strenuous first world environment in the 2000s. Because we all get so upset when you blow a tires, and I just thought we thought he'd be grinning ear to ear and having a good time with it.
We'll come back to Lubbock soon.
A lot of things going on in the world these days. Luke, I feel like you are primed and prepped and just ready and raring to go about the moon landing.
I watched the Apollo 11 documentary. I watched First Man not too long ago, and I loved it. I love that we took on an impossible task in America. The amount of engineering, the amount of teamwork, the amount of unity that created for the country, I thought was unbelievable. It had been in the works for 10, 15 years.
Do you think it really happened?
Yes, I do.
Why is the flag like...
Because you could put a rod in the top of it and then it doesn't flap.
Did you know...
I got him.
Did you know that they are returning to the moon in 2024?
No, I don't think they'll do it in 2024.
NASA
has already
SpaceX,
said unless they get...
Elon, I want you to know that my little brother does not believe in you.
No, I love NASA. The head of NASA just came out and said unless he gets a budget approved, that they're not going to get there in 2024. So.
Right, on to more serious things. This is a big deal. Instagram is working on hiding likes.
I think it's great.
I think it's great. By way of confession, I think for all of us, we've found ourselves being, whether it's our own posts or other people's, for us, other bands, other artists. You want to push each other to get better and stronger, but I don't think the comparison game on Instagram, it's kind of chasing the wind a little bit. People engage on Instagram for an average of 3 seconds. I don't know, I think there's a bigger discussion to be had about social media in general and the impact of it, but I do want to say to the folk at Instagram and I suppose Facebook inherently, because they bought Instagram, good on you for taking this step. The whole purpose and point of social media, and we love it because we get to, we're connecting with you via this video on social media.
But is it even real?
It's deep. But it should be much more about connection, information, and about encouragement rather than rivalry or conceit or insecurity. Maverick is back. Should it have been touched? In the age of remakes,
I think you're gonna have...
should have we just left it?
You're gonna have a lot of people saying no and a lot of people saying yes. When you think of cool, that original Top Gun, the aviators, fighter pilots, jets. It was like the epitome
It's a
of cool. Yeah,
cultural moment. All right, this is a bit controversial. I'm a Jon Favreau fan. Jon Favreau was really partially responsible for launching the Marvel universe because he did the first 2 Iron Men, which were the first 2 films out of the gate. He's also done beloved films that you might not know about, like Elf. You watched that one a lot.
My favorite line from the movie, "Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad."
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
We quote that a lot.
Yeah.
But he has directed a star-studded live-action version of The Lion King.
Everything you see exists together in a delicate balance.
It's the live-action Lion King, but not one
live.
of it. None of it is actually real.
Well, define real. But yes,
This tree right here is real.
We are in the Matrix.
They made the tree in a computer. That would be what I define as real and what is not real. That's crazy.
But is something on screen really real? It's been a bit of a controversy because what critics are upset about that the animals are so real to life. There's not a lot of expression in their faces. For instance, the toucan, who we all love. Toucans only have beaks that go up and down. They don't shape, they don't go out. There's no lips or anything. And so you have a toucan basically who looks like a puppet. Well, it looks very real, but he couldn't make the sound. So are you worried about it?
Seems like, no, I'm not. I don't worry too much about movies.
I don't either. Did you know that The Lion King is loosely based on the story of Joseph? Look it up.
Joseph or Moses?
Oh. Did you know that the story is loosely, or not so loosely, based on Moses?
I do now.
He was a prince, his dad got excommunicated.
Killed someone, kind of. There is a lot going on these days.
Plethora.
It is Teddy Bolt, our drummer's birthday today. It's my brother Daniel's birthday tomorrow. It's Leo's birthday on Sunday, which is a heartbreak because I'm actually not going to be there for that. But we already celebrated earlier this week.
It was my birthday a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And then finally, speaking of films, I want to give you an update about Drummer Boy. In case you don't know, we're doing a film called Drummer Boy. It's set over 3 Christmases. It's a musical about 2 brothers who end up on opposite sides of the Civil War. We are not playing the 2 brothers. I might be playing one of them, but Luke is not.
So you're saying there's no chance?
I'm sorry, Luke.
But man, people commented on how good Burn the Ships was. I mean, that was like my best performance.
It was your best performance.
Yeah.
But you didn't speak at all in it. Hey, stay tuned next week. We're just finding our footing with this thing, but we're going to highlight a few other things. The goal is hopefully to go a bit deeper on conversations and talk about life, talk about what's going on with us, with you, and with the world, and pepper in a few lighter things like the fact that I'm going to commit to go see Lion King this week, and I'll give you my personal
when you're in LA?
recap.
All right, over and out from us.
Thanks for
We'll see you
joining
next
us,
week.
guys.